American Eagle since high school, bro. Like, you couldn't get me to wear American Eagle even when I was broke working retail. And this guy still wears that. Interesting. But then again, I still wear Hanes tank tops. So maybe American Eagle is like the white guys, what Hanes t-shirts are to the black guys. I don't know.
Get you in the door right away, like K-pop Demon Hunters did.
Or that's why he got more money than you.
Or something. Like, just to get a click, because now that counts as a view, whereas before it didn't. And if you got clickbaited, you probably clicked on.
But you got more shirts, though. You got shirts.
And it is constantly going to be incentivizing that. And again, it does nothing for brand partners, because if they start working under these fake numbers instead of like requesting engaged viewer numbers, then those brands are fucking dumb. And they're going to feel a huge hit to their marketing spend when they see no return on all of these phony baloney views, these fucking horseradish views that aren't real. And you can easily gamify this. Like, I saw Spiffing Brit give a little infinite money glitch that is a little tongue-in-cheek, but would actually work, where you just instruct your viewers to just F5 over and over again while you have a sponsorship enabled with uncapped CPM. You could farm an unbelievable amount of money through doing that. If it's
I'm pretty sure that's not how it's going to work.
The public views.
It already doesn't work like that. Like, you can't just, like, refresh the page and get more views, even if you watched it for the minimum threshold to count as a view over and over again. That's not how that works. And so I'm sure Google, the billion-dollar company with literal genius software engineers, have taken this into account and are making sure, you can't do that.
That have engaged views. Like, and I don't think that's going to happen, because I don't think brands are going to really care about the public view. I don't think anyone's going to care about the public view, because everyone is going to know it's not real.
It's not that it's not real, it's going to be viewflation. That's all it's going to be, right? Whatever the amount of views used to impress you, like if you see a guy and he's getting 10,000 views, 50,000 views, 100,000 views, whatever it would impress you for that genre, because we judge different genres differently in terms of like how successful they are based on what do the big boys in that arena typically get anyway. We're just going to increase that number, right? So now even YouTube views aren't safe from inflation, right? Can we blame Donald Trump for that as well?
It just really made botting serve
the cause of all the other inflation.
This is extremely happy. They just fucking blew a load into those bridges right there. They got a fucking fat wet spot in those trousers, because now bots are going to be so pivotal to a lot of these like AI slot factory protocol. Like, this is like, and not only that, just also normal YouTubers that are trying to like stand out might just start doing botting. That's going to be much more effective now that it doesn't have to like have a certain amount of time that it sticks around. Just a single frame is all it takes. Bro, botting services are absolutely going to be popping off.
No, I think this might be a little bit overblown as a fair, because YouTube has a pretty sophisticated way of determining whether or not views are coming from bots, right? If they could detect them before, I think they're still going to detect them now. I don't think it's based on view or duration.
Domino's Loose S'mores lava cakes are only $6.99 when I mix and match, which means they're going in my cart, which also means I can stop pretending I like camping when I can, just like those cars. Thanks. Today, we're making the GPT 5.6 series. Across the family, GPT 5.6 delivers more intelligence to open and a better staging process, even with ambitious skills. Let's take a look at what it did. I used GPT 5.6 in Codex to build a pretending part from a short, excellent data set. Something that actually wanted to do. The model designed the full game mechanics, generated the artwork, and shipped our work to the first version. But I had an idea for an even better version, so I asked it to keep going. Add web.
Them before, I think they're still going to detect them now. I don't think it's based on view or duration, right? So,
no doubt. Like, yes, YouTube does have like anti-botting measures in place, but they're not perfect. No platform has perfect protection from bots. Look at Shorts, for example. Like, and that's only going to be now even more prevalent because it's not just shorts, now it's long form too.
YouTube is moving to an exposure-based model for views across all formats, meaning a view will now be counted the moment the video begins to play from the very first frame. Hello, insiders. I'm Renee Ritchie, a longtime creator now working at YouTube, and here's what's up. Last year, YouTube moved to an exposure-based model for shorts views. This year, starting August 24, YouTube will be expanding that model to long form.
Oh, excuse me, I'm wiggling in my seat. Oh, I can't help myself here. Please, I don't mean to interrupt, but my hand is raised. Can I ask a quick question? How did that work for shorts? Are shorts in a really good spot? Is shorts on YouTube synonymous with high quality content that's being churned out? Or has it been degraded into a complete cesspool of AI slop that even YouTube themselves is trying their absolute best to combat night and day to no avail?
I don't know if that is a result of how laudable shorts views are, because according to YouTube, this is not going to impact how much money you make, right? Like, the only reason people are making AI slop YouTube shorts is because they're making money from it, right? And so, if they weren't already making money from the long form content, they're still the AI slot videos. That is, they're still not going to make more money. So the view number alone is not going to incentivize more production. What incentivizes more production is money. And so if the brands know that the views don't count the same, and if YouTube knows that the views don't count the same, and so they're not going to pay you any differently, then I don't really see it. It just seems like such a pointless update. Like, what does this accomplish? I don't get it.
Fighting an endless battle of these slot factories that are churning out infinite amount of content all hours of the day, every single second, just to capitalize off of this kind of shit. I don't really think you should be taking lessons from the way Shorts is functioning right now for long form. Because while long form obviously has its problems with the same thing, AI slop and those content farms, I've scattered about it quite a bit, it's not nearly to the level of degeneracy that's on Shorts. But this is making a push towards it. Why? What? How is there not a lesson being learned right now with what's going on with fucking YouTube Shorts? Are they just so blinded by the big number, like 200 billion views a day on Shorts or whatever? Now they want it to long form? Like, oh, we have 200 billion YouTube Shorts views. Now let's extend that to long form.
Yeah, maybe this has nothing to do with either YouTube creators or YouTube users. Maybe that this is some kind of metric that the people who own YouTube, the people that run Google and Alphabet, are going to use to, like, make some kind of deal with the government, right? Or this is some corporate level shit, right? That's what this is. I don't understand it. I don't know how it's going to benefit them, but clearly they're getting it for no reason. I imagine this is something that, they've had to meet about, talk about, right? It's going to take resources in order to accomplish, right? Changes to code, changes to platform. Why would they do this if it benefits nobody else? So I think it benefits them something, clearly. I just don't think it's that benefit is probably, it doesn't trickle down to us, the users, or the creators.
They artificially inflate all these numbers for exposure. These fucking random impressions that someone just happens to accidentally see a frame of your video, bang, that counts, and now we have big numbers down to celebrate. But it's not real. It's not legitimate. It's useless. And you yourself on the website even talk about how this has no effect on monetization.
Right.
So if you're not...
Yeah, and if we're not making any more money, I would imagine it also means YouTube's not making more money from you.
And it's more for these big views. It's imaginary. Creators aren't getting paid for it. Brands certainly won't pay them more. And in fact, I would even see a world where they might start paying less because there's so little trust in what the views represent anymore. They would need like thorough analytics on engaged views. But I think
brands typically already ask you for your back-end analytics when you're negotiating a deal, a payment. So that's
That's to me without the premium price. No. Driving is what drives me. Everything comes to is that
That's why I choose to rely on insurance. Wherever the road leads, AAA is by my side.
There's a chance that, up and coming YouTubers probably get even worse deals from these brands because they just might not even trust what's being provided through the material anymore. It's just like there's no winners here except for AI slop, clickbait, just to get that first frame view, that first frame click, and bots. Outside of that, I don't see who this actually benefits except for people that start to see big number, but it doesn't mean anything. What's the point of the big number? I don't understand it. I really don't. It just opens the door to just exploitation and just a further degradation of the content that gets posted on YouTube. Once again, bringing more towards.
Yeah, maybe there is more of an angle to the bot thing though, because maybe YouTube's ability to determine whether or not a view is coming from a bot. I always thought, I don't know anything about bots, right, really, but I imagine how YouTube detects whether a view is a bot is if a video gets an influx of views, like a weird spike in views out of nowhere that aren't coming from the recommended page, meaning it looks like it's coming from like someone clicking a link. So think about it, right? How would you bot a YouTube video? You would have to provide the botting service with a specific video or a channel that you want botted. And then the people running the bot software, you're gonna have to point the bot to that channel. It's not like you set the bots free on the YouTube homepage and they just like stumble across the channel or the video that you wish to increase to inflate the views. And so I think what YouTube probably does is it sees that the sudden uptick in views and then the sudden drop in views as well, while click-through rate isn't really changing much. Click-through coming from homepage recommendation isn't changing much. And then I imagine they also take into account, where the views are coming from. If your views typically come from a certain demographic, like, oh, most of your views come from people in Texas, in America, all of a sudden you're getting a fuck ton of views from some, like, place in India. Like, oh yeah, these are bots. And so I don't know how much this would actually make botting like any different or easier. So yeah.
AI slop and that kind of filth. And like I said, it's not doing anything to help normal people that are trying to like make it on YouTube because none of these new view calculations are going to matter to making it into the partnership program, which they just doubled the requirements for. So you still need to hit the engaged views and like the qualified watch hours, which these do not count towards. So it's completely vapid useless.
Podcasts, live streams, all formats. YouTube is doing this to ensure consistency across the platform, to make sure every moment of connection between creator and audience is captured, and so that there's no confusion or fragmentation about what a view actually means. Creators can use this updated, standardized count to better understand views across formats and to better communicate the full scale of audience impact to brand partners and sponsors.
Why do they keep trying to flex that as though it's the truth? It's not. You will not be able to use this as a leverage with brand partners that are at least activating a few neurons because this new exposure metric, the fucking exposure dollars here, is illegitimate. It's not representative of what the brand is actually going to be exposed to in the audience. So let's
Hold on, wait a second. I'm having a thought, right? Okay, gotta be careful with those. Can't always trust them, but I'm having one right now. And maybe, I don't know how it works, but maybe you don't even get those views showing up in your analytics, right? I could see potentially how this could motivate a person to try more on YouTube. Meaning, let's say you upload a video. You're new to YouTube, you're trying to like be a YouTuber. And of course, initially your videos suck. Most people do, right? Your videos kind of suck. And so you get a few people click on your videos, but they click off the videos just as fast because, again, your videos suck. And you might be sitting there, your video is stuck at like 3 views, and you're thinking to yourself, this is fucking stupid. I shouldn't even like do YouTube. My videos aren't even being shown to people. Nobody's even clicking on my videos. But now it's like, okay, what if in our reality, a whole like 500 people clicked on your video, but you're not making any money? And now it's like, huh? But then you go to your video and you're like, average view duration, 10 seconds. Now you got something to work with. You're like, okay, so my videos, people are being shown my videos, they're clicking on the videos and are immediately clicking off. That I can see how is that is slightly more encouraging than you know, watching your video sit at 15 views for 3 weeks. You know, because now you're like, okay, I got something to work with. Okay, I guess my thumbnails aren't the worst in the world. My titles aren't the worst in the world. And because when I started off on YouTube and I went through that process like everybody else does when you start on YouTube, you upload a video, it doesn't get any views. There's a part of you that wonders, is YouTube even showing people this video? Like, does my video only have 15 views? Because literally only 15 people have been.
This body washing festival has no business smelling this good. Actually, it smells like something you would find in a beach vacation luxury hotel bathroom. But that is here at Costco.
Because literally only 15 people have been shown this video and they clicked on it. You know, and so I can see how that could encourage a guy. And who knows? Maybe that's just a little bit of encouragement that is needed to create the next, you know, big YouTuber. Like that's how we started.
Still. Damn, I got you everything in here. Wow, what's the reason? It didn't happen to me. Can you remind me of what could happen to you? But it happened to me. Your mama don't want to go to jail. Talk to nobody. Take me. And I went. I'm probably stand down and film.
I can see how this actually could be a good thing, it doesn't lie, so they push off real quick. It's also really even after watching. But now, it comes to the watch time drop.
Try to use something.
Watch time drop. If that metric now also carries more weight for the legs when they're exposing ranking because they can't rely so much on just the views. I can see how this gets me hurt. YouTubers in the long run because it makes their content look less valuable. Because it's like, oh man, wow, like your average view time drops from 8 minutes down to fucking the 3 minutes because of all those people who clicked off after 4 seconds. Okay, I don't like this.
Actually has an effect on people.
It's like he's reading like fucking mind, dude. It's like I say something, and then he like says like he addresses the exact same thing that I said.
So many things that are going to be calculated are just first round. There's a lot of people that click on videos and maybe they'll hear an AI voice. You fucking hear me. It's instantly leave. Maybe they realize they have clickbaited or just decide, I don't know, let's get through this video. They didn't get what they needed. They'll leave. And all of that's going to be counted as you, no matter what. So like, you're never going to see those ads So you're not going to be able to leverage that. It's workable. I don't think this is going to have
Good
an
job.
overall viewership retention, like that metric, because it seems like they preserved that on the back end, but they didn't. Yeah, I think they're
Oh, right, because maybe average watch time will still only be based off of engaged viewership. Yeah, okay. All right. Price is converted. Okay. I like the update again.
off in how this can present to brands. You know what this really reminds me of? It smells like that classic Fextra Life stink. Do you remember a while back?
I have no idea what you just said. Flextra light? I don't know why that sounds like the material that they make fleshlights out of, probably, right? That's like a trademark. Flex the light.
This has gone on for a long time. Fextra Life on Twitch would have tens of thousands of viewers for every single fucking stream they were doing, no matter what the game was. Even if they were playing, burger. And I couldn't think of the name. Sorry, but like the point is, no matter what Fextra Life was doing on Twitch, they had tens of thousands of viewers, but only like 5 people active in the chat. So people thought they were fine. Well, it turns out what they're doing is just embedding their stream on their website in the top corner, very, very small autoplay on every single page. So people know on the website who's counting the viewer on Twitch. And obviously, if you're trying to sell to brands with like tens of thousands of viewers, the expectation is there's tens of thousands of people actively watching. But that wasn't the case. It was only like ever a handful of people watching, and the rest was just inflated numbers through just being embedded on their website on every single page.
Which is proof that bots don't work. That botting does not work. Because people saw those streams, saw tens of thousands of viewers, and saw the 5 people in the chat, and they clicked off. They didn't see the tens of thousands of viewers because of the whole embedded view, the video, stream on the website, whatever Charles was talking about. But people didn't see that on Twitch, see the view count, click on it, and then start engaging in the chat themselves. Like, oh wow, this must be like a big popping place. Like, they walked in, looked around, this is dead, fucking left. So, yeah, bots don't work.
So they had
What you chase is that's why bots don't work, by the way, right? You're so desperate for the view count, you don't get it.
crazy viewership numbers.
From the Suno V5.5. This is our sounding model, but more importantly, it is our most versatile model. We built V5.5 around the idea that the music that you create should carry something of you, your voice, your sound, your taste. Because V5.5 captures so much musical nuance and timbre, it unlocks 3 brand new experiences for the most expressive Suno experience today. Custom models, my taste, and the one that I'm most excited to talk about, and you've been asking for forever, voices. That's right, you can finally make music with your own voice. Voices let you capture your own voice and use it to sing in your Suno creations. If you're a singer, you can use your voice in your music wherever you are. No need for a recording setup or a mic, a quiet space to get it down. And if you don't sing, you can finally experience what it's like to use your voice in your music for the very first time. It unlocks completely new creative experiences. Let me show you how to set it up. You can upload a lead on a you can select a track from your library or record right here in the app. You can even upload a song that has music in the background, and Suno will run a stem split and isolate the vocals for you, but you're going to need between 30 seconds and 4 minutes of audio from Suno. For this demo, I'm going to use this large condenser mic to capture my voice. A good microphone does help, but your built-in mic on your devices should work just fine. Just make sure that you're in a quiet environment where you don't have any people talking in the background or traffic or something like that. To get started, I'm going to sing a song that I made on Suno just because it has a really wide vocal range that is perfect for this. Alright, so on this screen, you can keep the parts where you feel like sound like them the most. You use these sliders on the side to drop things down. You know that your voice is deeply personal. You spend your entire life with your voice and you take that incredibly seriously. So that's why we built in a strict verification process into this feature. To make a voice, you have to read a specific prompt out loud. So then cross-checks your speaking voice with the singing voice you uploaded to ensure that the voice you are submitting is actually yours. We're doing this to make sure that you stay voices are private, it's only accessible to you, and you're the only one that can create using your voice. I just need to read this prompt to verify my identity. Sing a joyful song beneath the shining stars. Let's name this voice. Once your voice is verified and saved, it gets loaded right into the create form, and then you just add your lyrics, type in your style, and hit create. A few more things on voices. You can make as many voices as you want. The audio slider will affect how much your voice comes through on the final track, so turn that up if you really want to hear your voice. And then you're going to get much better results if you sing in the same genre as your desired song. Alright, let's use my voice to create a song. Got some lyrics here, I'm just going to paste them in, and then we're coming down here to style. Let's type in melodic deep house. Now here's another new thing with V5.5 is a personalized magic wand. I'll explain what that does in just a second, but let's click that to fill out the melodic deep house here. And let's create and listen. There's my voice. Amazing. It definitely captured my tone, got some falsetto parts, vibrato. Now, voices is awesome, but I did mention two other features that are powered by V5.5 that will bring a whole new level of personalization to your music, and that is custom models and might.
Count, you don't get it.
Crazy viewership numbers that weren't real. That is the exact same DNA here. It is just these crazy inflated numbers that aren't representative of people that have ever even watched the content. Like you can't. I don't know how they think that this is going to work with brands. It can't. It just can't. And they're not going to be so stupid that they don't realize that.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they're trying to present this like it's something people have been wanting, this standardization of views. I think any sensible person recognizes that a short view is night and day to a long-form view. These are very different and
Yeah, okay, alright. As far as these beer always just, they could be growing it out. Hey, man, get that shit under control. right? I feel like that's such an insane combination. It always looks too crazy. Long beard, crazy combo. But yeah, okay, guys. So that's this new YouTube update. Okay. Again, probably yet another update that isn't worth freaking out about. Probably not going to change the experience of being a YouTuber for most people, for either users or creators, and probably isn't going to change much in our reality. But we'll see. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if that guy 40,000 views, all that means is the guy who's averaging 40,000 views, he's not going to be averaging, I don't know, 80,000 views. Everyone's views are just going to go up. We're going to get used to that number, and then all of a sudden, it won't be impressive after a while. But y'all let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Maybe you foresee a way that this could actually go horribly wrong in a way that I am not foreseeing. But like I said, as a YouTube veteran, which I think I can at this point, uh, not worried about it. Not worried about it. As I've never worried about any YouTube updates. Yeah. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. Until let's look at the different types of soil and media options out there for growing your cannabis. So the pros and cons of each one and help you pick out the best one for your growth. But before we do, man, you guys got to check out RealDGC.com. If you're growing the dank, help join a great community of growers. Hang out in many different groups, meetups, dank nubs. Post your own grow questions at RealDGC.com. All right, let's get into the show, guys. Are you ready? Yes. All right. Welcome, dude. Let's go. I like these. Talk a little media. Media. So, first off, there's two different types of options out there. There's what they call soilless soy media. It's inert, not a lot of nutrition, if any at all. And then there's the cleaning soil, organic cleaning soil, packed full of nutrition, right? But there's a couple of differences, and we were talking before. Between a media and a soil. And you drop the mic. The soil has nutrition in it. Normally, I think a soil has a lot of organic material in there. Oatmeal, and all that nutrient compost in there. Yeah, so that's what I think when I think of a soil. And inert is something like cocoa. Start with those. Let's start with the soilless media that's out there. There's a lot of great options. The first one, maybe the most popular, although cocoa coming up hot, is peat. I've grown in peat. You've grown in peat. You can get those big bales you guys see wrapped in garden centers. Hopefully your local hydro stores still kick in. But beef is basically broken down organic materials from peat bogs over what, thousands of years almost.
Yeah, yeah. Even pressure will break that down at that temperature. It's meat, almost soil.
I like it. Some of the pros with it, it's not too spendy. It's easy to use. It's easy to feed. It's compatible with most nutrition. You can use, whatever a synthetic nutrient with feed. You can use liquid organic nutrient feed. We'll get into later. Is you can also amend feed with many different amendments for and try to put your own nutrition in it. Liquid amendments. But and also usually I haven't seen any feed you want this perlite mix in. Brand I do recommend is called the Pro Mix. It's probably my favorite feed out there.
Sunshine number 4. Pro Mix and Sunshine number 4 are the two trusted. I have a commercial nursery down in Florida, and those are the ones that commercial growers use. Speaking of my commercial nursery in Florida, it was next to a peat bog. I would see them, cutting up the earth and mining peat. And what I learned is that Florida peat, very subpar. You want cold temperature peat. Canadian pizza stuff to get yes, sir.
Don't buy it from the Home Depot. I've gotten burned before. Even garden centers do have some subpar feed. So those two brands just recommended try to stick with. I guess sometimes some people say it's not environmentally sustainable because the amount of time. I mean, I guess for me, I was reading it to last like another, I don't know, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So I don't want to sell it. It'll last me my growing lifetime.
How dare you, sir? And the biggest problem I have with it is, hydro